Hi everyone, how's it going? Can is back with another weekly analysis based on your requests from our Telegram channel. Now, this week we have prepared 10 coins for you, and these coins are analyzed in different time frames from higher time frames to lower time frames with precise entries in some of the analysis to give you the best trading opportunities in the coming week. So, without further ado, let's talk about what we got this weekend. All right, so the first coin that we analyzed was Ripple, and it was in the higher time frame. So we can see that price made a great push after the results of the financial case with SEC was published, and price delivered a very huge profit for those of people who were holding it for a long time. And ever since, price has been stuck in a ranging price action movement in order to accumulate, to build new buy orders in order to push for new all-time high. Now, with the reaccumulation phase coming to an end, with a possible spring move at two highlighted support zones, one around 1.63 cents down to 1.43, and another one all the way down to 1.15 cents. We are expecting for the spring move to kick in before price is ready to go to higher levels. So what we can tell you is not to buy Ripple unless price has reached these support levels. So buying it at this point is not very viable, and you have to be careful with what you are going to invest before price is ready to go up. Now, if everything goes as planned, you can plan to actually sell Ripple at all-time high orders. Now, moving on to JTO. This was another analysis requested by you, and let's see what we got. These coins mostly are the result of some hype and market manipulation. And as you can see, in the course of its existence in the weekly time frame, price did nothing but range a little bit after a big hype and losing its value all the way down. And right now, you can see that price needs to come to even lower levels. So if you want to invest in something and buy any crypto coins, it's better not to be these coins which are losing their values on daily basis. You can find better investment opportunities in the market if you look for coins with proper technical analysis and fundamental analysis. So this was just another example for many coins out there that have lost their value. And if you're stuck in coins like this, just leave them be. So maybe in alt season they will see some recovery and you can get out of them. But new investment and new buying is not very ideal. Moving on to the next coin, we got Cardano. Let's see what we got here. So on Cardano, you can see that price made a correction since 2021, and if we consider this big correction, which was the result of losing value for a long time, wave A has already been delivered, and a recovery wave in this ABC correctional wave was this wedge. And you can see that this recovery wave also finished around here, and a new pattern has started. Now, this is where price actually gets a little bit complicated. Let me go to lower time frames. So in this case, you can see that price is actually stuck in this area below this trend line. And and With this type of price action, we might see some recovery happening as wave B of this ABC correction, and price may come up and come down again. In this case, just buying ADA for short term might not be a bad idea, but if I were you, I would just wait for the price to finish this correctional wave B, and once it's ready in this perfect buy zone, I will buy it and wait for alt season to deliver some very good profit. But until a new cycle has not started, I personally would not invest into Cardano with a lot of money. It's better to just wait for lower support levels to kick in before we buy it for higher target levels. But if you want to trade it in lower time frames, you could just go to, I don't know, daily and 4 hourly time frame to find some proper setups. Maybe we will analyze it in the days to come in lower time frames. So keep that in mind and keep an eye for this coin in our Telegram channel. But for now, just wait for the best buy zones to kick in. Moving on to Zen, let's see. So for this coin, we have a lower time frame analysis on actually daily basis, and you can see the price still needs to come down in order to finish this leg, wave D, on this probably, I don't know, maybe a triangle, but from the looks of it, once wave E is finished, we might get another wave F and G because of the correction form that we have. But for now, it's better not to buy Zen before it comes down to these support levels. So there's still room for the price to come down. At 9.42 and 8.63 cents, we can think about making some buy orders in order to keep it for short term and quick profit at these highlighted levels. But as long as price has not reached here, it's better to just watch. Moving on to the next coin, we got H bar. Let's see. All right, for this coin, I can tell you that price still needs to come down to lower support levels. So at this point, the best approach is wait for the price to come down and go up a little bit and maybe trade it on the downside for some short positions. But buying it would not be very smart. It's better to risk your money on sell positions around this flip zone rather than just buying it hoping that it will break above this zone. And once price comes down to this level, then it would not be a bad idea to buy it. But until then, I personally would not be a buyer of this coin. And you might have realized that this week we are providing more bearish scenarios, and it's because of the shadow of war happening in Middle East again, and this time America attacking Iran for good. So be careful with your buy positions. Most of the coins that we are analyzing for you this week, they have bearish outlooks. Moving on for ENA, finally we have a better sell setup. Let me go to lower time frames and show it to you. So you can see the price has been coming down inside this channel for quite some time, and as long as it has not breached above this, we can rely it for short positions until price reaches these lower support levels. So if this support line holds, price will retrace a little bit and it will give us a nice opportunity to sell it for lower target levels. And keep in mind that if you sell from here and here, then your stop loss could be above these levels. Moving on to the next coin, we got AIBXT. Now, this coin is a little bit different from what we analyzed before, and the reason is because it's standing on a decision point. Now, price, if you go to lower time frames, is trying and struggling to make a strong move. If we can have proper breakout above this level, then price will challenge this trend line. And once we break above this trend line, then we can plan some buy orders to ride it to higher target levels. But if we get rejected from here, then price will come down to lower levels. So best you can do is wait for proper rejection or support before you're ready to jump onto any trades on this coin. So in case of breakout, we can long it to higher target levels, and in case of rejection, we can sell it to lower target levels. But before that, do not make any hasty decisions. Now, the next coin is Ziri Bro. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but I just wanted to show you something. Look, these coins that you are requesting are just mostly targets of manipulation in the market. They were introduced in the futures market to grab as much liquidity from, noob traders and noob channels or hype channels. And you can see that with every move, price is losing value. So why would you want to buy this coin? If you're stuck, just forget about it and put it aside. Maybe in alt season, you can get out at entry. But I personally would not trade something like this, which there is no technical knowledge or information for trading. These type of coins are just good for gambling, and that's not what we are trying to do. So moving on to the next coin, we got Doge. Doge is very famous in the market because of the hypes that Elon Musk created. And you can see the pattern here is pretty complex. And even I can show you the monthly time frame analysis. You can see the price is forming a diametric pattern on the monthly time frame. So if the analysis started after this correctional wave, we got wave A, B, C, D, E, and this inner wave F is composed of another pattern, ABC, and this ABC pattern still needs to come down. Now, already price touched our support zone once, but with the momentum that we see in the market, we can expect price to come down a little bit even more to visit our buy order. Now, this is a spot signal that we already shared for our VIP channel members, and I'm sharing it for free with you. You can see that price can visit the first support line, and we can get a nice entry from here. And we can set the second entry here in case that wave C is extended to finish wave F on the diametric pattern at lower levels. And with an average buy around here, we can risk with a stop loss of 50% for three target levels. And this is actually a nice RR ratio, risk reward ratio for our buy orders. So make sure that if you want to buy something, have a clear setup on where you're going to buy, where you're going to go out of the trade if things go bad, and where you're going to book profit. This is the perfect example of how you should be trading. Look at the stop loss, they're at safe levels. Okay, the risk reward ratio is actually nice, and a setup like this can be a nice buying opportunity for the alt season to come. And finally, we have Kava, and this is another lower time frame analysis. And I can tell you that price has already lost the support of this trend line, okay? And this trend line is being tested. And as prices just playing around here, we can expect another retracement to happen before it is ready to come down. Now, if you consider this as wave A, then the ranging which is happening here is the retracement for wave B, and finally we can expect price to come all the way down to deliver two nice target for wave C. So you could set up a nice sell position for this one with a trade like this, okay, with two target levels in mind, and based on the average entry point, okay, and the target, you can set up a stop loss here, okay, or even higher here. Depends on your risk appetite, okay. This would be a very safe stop loss, but too big. According to what we have already explained to you, you should consider a stop loss depending on what you get here. 10% from here, then 10%. Stop loss around here would be logical, okay? And that's all we have for this weekend, and I hope that you enjoyed this analysis and these insights would give you better understanding on how to trade and what to trade in the coming week. It's better not to take unnecessary risks with the shadow of war on the Middle East again and only trade with proper risk management and stop loss. If you want more analysis like this, don't forget to follow us on Telegram and also like and send this analysis to your friends as well. If you're interested in any personal assistance with your trading, you can join our VIP channels. And don't forget that if you want free analysis, just write it for us in the comments or on the direct message on our Telegram channel on Saturdays. Until our next weekly analysis, I hope you stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Bye.